The Pilates Foot Corrector can help relieve plantar fasciitis by strengthening the foot's arch, improving alignment, and gently stretching the plantar fascia to reduce tension and promote healing. It supports better foot mechanics and can aid in pain relief when used consistently and correctly. If you don't have a Pilates Foot Corrector, no worries. I'll also show you how to do these exercises using a tennis ball, so you can get the same benefits right at home with minimal equipment. Be sure to use a non-slip surface for both the foot corrector and the tennis ball, and have socks ready for the last exercise. But before we fully dive into this video, I want to say that I understand that finding the motivation to work out at home on your own can be challenging. That's why I'm excited to offer a membership plan designed to help you stay accountable and inspired. As a member, you'll enjoy live online community meetups, weekly curated workout plans, and personal feedback from me directly on your phone, whenever you need it. If you'd like to be the first to know when the membership launches and how to sign up, make sure you sign up for my mailing list. You'll find the link in the description below. Let's get started. Place your foot corrector on your non-slip surface and stand with one foot directly behind it and your feet parallel hip distance apart. Step your one foot forward with your heel down and the ball of your foot on top of the foot bar directly above the springs. Hands on your hips to help square your hips off. And then lengthen the toes that are on the foot corrector and wrap them around the foot bar and push down into the springs. Resist the spring back up and spread the toes back out. And press down for 3, 2, 1. And then resist the springs back up, stretch the toes out long. Use your hands to square your hips off even as you push. Spread the toes, wrap them over the bar, and push down for 3, 2, 1, and resist it back up, stretch the toes. 2 more times, push it down. The front leg on the foot corrector stays bent the whole time, and the standing leg is straight. Last one, make sure your alignment of your knee stays right in the middle of your feet. And then you're going to change feet. So slide your foot corrector over in front of the other leg. Step that foot forward, heel down, close to the spring so that you can get the ball of your foot on top. Square off your hips, spread your toes out, and then wrap them over. Push 3, 2, 1, resist it back up and spread the toes out. As your foot pushes down in the spring, pull abdominals in and up to stand tall. 3 more times. And curl the toes over. Remember, the front leg is bent, the standing leg is straight. As you push that foot bar down, try not to transfer your weight forward. Keep your weight on that back standing leg. Last one, press 3, 2, 1, and resist it up. Take your foot off, shift it back over to the first foot, and flip it around so the short foot pad is right in front of your foot. And then take that foot over the top and place the ball of your foot on the long foot pad and your heel directly on top of the foot bar. Keep your weight on that back standing leg, front leg bent, hips square, and press down into the spring for 3, 2, 1, resist it back up. As your heel pushes down, pull your abdominal muscles in and up your spine and resist it back up. 3 more times, push it down and pay attention to your standing leg as you work. Make sure your weight is staying centered in the middle of your feet, no rolling to the big toes or little toes, and that your toes aren't gripping and holding onto the ground. Keep them relaxed. Change feet. Slide it over to the other foot. Go ahead and step that foot over the top. Make sure the ball of your foot is nice and close to the spring so you get your heel directly on top. With square hips, push it down. 3, 2, 1, and resist it up. Push down and pull abdominals in and up, growing tall, and resist. Pay attention to your alignment. Keep your weight centered in both your feet Knees over the middle of the toes. 2 more times. Push. 3, 2, 1. Resist up. Relax your toes. Push down, lift the abdominals, and lift the foot up. Slide it back over to the first side and flip it around again. Same position we started with. This time you're going to step your standing leg forward, line it up with the back edge of the foot corrector, and place the arch of your foot on top of the foot bar. We're going to pulse it fast this time, and push, 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 push. Every push down, pull abdominal muscles in and up, working to keep your hips square and try not to transfer your weight. Change legs to the other side. Slide it over in front of the other leg. Step the standing leg forward, line it up with the back edge of the foot corrector, arch on top, and we do 20 pulses. And pulse, 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 pulse. Remember, the standing leg is straight, the working leg is bent. Point your tailbone down to your heels and pull your abdominals in and up. Step off, slide it back over to the first leg. And now you're going to need your socks. So go grab your socks and put them on both your feet. The socks are going to help you to just slide over this foot bar. If you have bare feet, you might find that you get stuck, so I do recommend using socks for a nice smooth glide. And then when you're ready, come standing behind the foot corrector again with one foot lined up behind it, feet parallel, hip distance apart. And then you step your one foot on top of it, just like we started in the very first exercise. Spread your toes out, wrap the toes around, push down into the springs, and slide over through the arch onto your heel, and then lift the bar up. Push down with the heel, slide over, feel your arch, push into the foot bar until your heel reaches the foot pad, and then lift the toes up and push down. Slide it over, massaging the foot until the ball of the foot finds the foot pad, then lift the heel up last. Push the heel down. Try to keep that spring squashed down as you slide your arch over. Get to the ball of the foot before you lift your spring back up, and push down. Enjoy the massage on your foot, and lift it up. Remember, every time you push your spring down, to pull your abdominal muscles in and up your spine. 2 more times. We always do 5 repetitions. Push down. Checking your alignment. Remember to keep your knees over the middle of your toes. Coming back. Square off your hips. Get the heel all the way down to lift your toes up. You'll get a good stretch in the back of the leg and your Achilles and calf muscle. Last one, slide it over, resist the spring up, push the spring down, slide it over, all the way to the heel, press the heel down to lift the ball of the foot up. Change feet, line it up with the other leg, step that foot forward, get your heel nice and close to the spring, ball of the foot directly on top. Spread your toes out to wrap them around and push down in the spring as you slide over. Ball of the foot into the foot pad to lift the heel up. Push down in your spring. Keep pressing the spring down as you feel the arch of the foot in before the ball of the foot, and lift it back up. Keep moving. Remember that front leg is bent. The standing leg is straight, and you're working to keep your weight on that standing leg. So even as the foot rolls over, you don't want to transfer your weight forward. It's going to take a lot of work from your abdominals to pull in and up. Feel the connection of that standing leg into the ground through your heel to lift the abdominal muscles in and up. Push down in your spring to return. Get the good Achilles stretch as you come back. 2 more times. Enjoy the massage. And really push down. How much can you squash that spring as you come back? And spread the toes out. Curl the toes to push over. Lift the heel up and push down in the spring, roll over the top, heel down to lift your toes up. And step off. Now, if you want to do this with the tennis ball, same thing, put it on a non-slip surface. With feet parallel hip distance apart, step 1 foot forward onto the ball. Make sure the ball of your foot is on top of the ball. Back leg is straight, front leg is bent. Wrap your toes over the ball and push with the ball of your foot down to squash the tennis ball. And then lift it back up and spread your toes out. And again, wrap the toes around and push down. Resist it back up. Keep the heel down in the ground the whole time. The back leg is straight. Your front leg remains bent throughout this exercise. As you push your ball down, make sure you don't transfer your weight forward. Your weight should always be on that back standing leg. So the work is really in your foot to squash the ball, not the weight of your body. Other side. Shift it over in front of the other foot. Make sure the feet are parallel, hip distance apart. Step the ball of the foot on top of the tennis ball, heel down in the ground. Front leg is bent. Stretch your toes out and then curl them over the ball to push, 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 and resist it up. And you go. Push down for 3 and 2, pushing 1, and then slowly lift it up. We do this 5 times on each side. Push, 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 and lift it up. Try not to transfer the weight. Feel the standing leg heel pushing down in the ground, your abdominals pulling in and up. Last time. Lift the toes back up, take your foot off, and we're going to shift it back over to your first leg. This time you're going to step your standing leg a little bit closer to the ball and then put your heel directly on top of your tennis ball, ball of the foot into the mat. With legs parallel, hip distance apart, keep your weight in the back leg and just push your heel down into your tennis ball and resist it back up. Push down for 3, 2, 1, and lift it up. 3 more times. As you push, make sure the toes in both your feet are relaxed. They're not gripping and holding on to the ground. Push down with your heels and lift up with your abdominals instead to find your balance. Tailbone down. Lift the abdominals to push and resist it up. Change legs. Shift it over to the other foot. Set yourself up with your heel directly over the ball. Make sure your toes are relaxed. The ball of your foot is touching your pad. And push down 3, 2, 1, and resist it up. Back leg is straight, front leg is bent the whole time. And resist it up. Keep it moving. Push down and pull abdominals in and up. Feel the movement happening in your ankle joint so that you're not transferring your weight forwards and backwards. Last time. Lift the heel back up. Take your foot off. And we're going to shift it back over to your first foot. This time, step your foot forward to the side of the ball. Arch of your foot on top of your tennis ball. Feet parallel, hip distance apart. Standing leg straight. Working leg bent. And we're going to pulse down 20 times. Pulse, 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 nice and fast, making sure you're not transferring your weight, but every push down, you pull your abdominals in and up. Change to the other side. Shift it over. Step the standing leg forward, arch of the foot on top of the ball. Standing leg straight, working knee bent. And 20 pulses. Pulse, 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 pulse. Good. The foot stays flat in this one. You're not trying to curl your toes over. Pull abdominals in and up, stand tall, and take your foot off. We go back to the first leg, and we're going to put all these movements together. So set up like you did the first time with the ball of your foot on top of your tennis ball, reaching the heel into the ground. Make sure the front leg is bent. Spread your toes out wide. And then curl them over the ball, push down in the ball and roll over the top of the ball. So you feel the arch of your foot in the ball, Put the ball of your foot down on your pad until the heel is pushing into the ball. Then lift your heel up. Push down, squash your ball. Roll back over the ball, massaging the arch of the foot, ball of your foot. Get your heel down in your thick pad, and then lift the toes up. And squash your ball, wrap your toes over, roll it over until you can put the ball of your foot down. The heel squashes the ball before it lifts up. And again, squash the ball down, roll over through the middle of the foot. Should be a nice massage. Get the heel down so when you lift your toes, it stretches your Achilles tendon and your calf muscle. Keep it moving. Pay attention to the alignment in your legs so your knees always stay centered over the middle of your toes. And then also remember to pay attention to your toes. If you see them turning white, they're gripping. We don't want to use your toes for balance. You want to stay centered in your feet and pull your abdominals in and up. The toes should always be relaxed, even on your standing leg. Pay attention to both feet. Ball of the foot down to lift the heel up and push down in the ball. Keep squashing that ball consistently as you roll over. Get the heel down to stretch the foot up. One more time. Enjoy the massage. Keep your hips squared off and your weight always back on that standing leg. Coming back. Flex the foot to lift your toes up, and we change sides. Shift it over with the feet parallel, hip distance apart. Set up with your heel down, ball of the foot on top. Bend your front leg, standing leg straight. Spread your toes out, wrap them around, curl them over to hold onto your ball. Press into the ball as you smoothly roll over. Keep that ball squashed until your heel is on top. Then lift it up and push down in the ball. Roll over. Feel the arch of the foot, ball of the foot, toes curled over. Press the heel down and flex the foot as you lift your toes up. Remember to keep your weight on your standing leg so you're not transferring your weight forward as you roll over your ball. The work is in your foot to squash the ball. It's not coming from the weight of your body. The back leg is always straight. The front leg, the working leg, the knee is always bent. 3 more times. Take your time with this. Enjoy the massage. And pay attention to all the little details. There's a lot to think about. From your toes, your alignment in your feet, going all the way up through your body, through your knees, keeping your hips square. Often the working leg hip wants to lift up as it works. That's why I like to keep my hands on my hips as I do this, to help remind the hips to stay square. And it's a full body exercise. You're pushing down in the ball but pulling in and up in your abdominals, standing tall with your shoulders on your back. And coming back to finish, push down in the heel, roll over the ball, curl the toes over to finish, and then flex the foot up. Let me know how you like this exercise below in the comments, and check out my recommendations for mat classes you can pair with this exercise coming up right now in the end screen. Remember to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so we can keep working out together. I'll see you next time.